from 38 to I think 700. Then they had their E. coli outbreak and it went to 300. And I thought, oh, now's a great time to buy it because everyone's freaking out about it. And these are all short-term negatives. It'll go back up, but I didn't. Because again, it was $300. It was really expensive. So I didn't buy it. And then it went to 3,000. Now they've done their split. You better believe at these prices, I'm buying. So I've started buying Chipotle. I will continue buying Chipotle. I think Chipotle will continue to have a lot of growth going forward. User 5858 says, how many companies is too many to own? I hear a lot of arguments, and you will. Hey, my best path, thank you for the heart. You will hear a lot of arguments because everyone has their own opinion. Some financial advisors and financial experts recommend anywhere from 20 to 30 individual companies if you're going to build a diverse portfolio on your own. You want to insulate your portfolio. You don't want to only be tech. You don't want to only be semiconductors. You don't want to only be self-driving. You want a diverse portfolio. So 20 to 30 companies across the 11 sectors maybe can give you 2 or 3 in each sector. So for example, you would have McDonald's, Cava, Chipotle in your restaurant part of your portfolio. In your tech portfolio, you would have, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft. In your social media or communications, maybe you would have Facebook. Maybe something like Google. Joshua says, not too many to own. No such thing as too many to own. You can buy VOO and own 100 plus. Well, you're not owning the 100 plus though. See, that's the thing. When you get an index fund, you have one investment and they own the 500 companies. So you're not managing anything. When you are an individual shareholder and you want to own individual companies, you spread yourself way thin unless you have a lot of money. Let's say you buy 40 different companies, 40 individual companies. Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia, Walmart, Costco, Amazon, McDonald's, Pepsi. You buy all these individual companies. Number one, you're spreading yourself really, really thin because you're not allowing yourself to buy big positions. Now, if you have a lot of money, then yeah, you're buying 100 shares, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, but you need a lot of money to do that, number one. Number two, if you have 40 individual stocks in your portfolio, you're saying there's no such thing as too many. Yes, there is, because if you're buying 40 individual companies, you then have to manage those investments. You have to read the news, you have to read the analyst reviews, you have to pay attention to their earnings, you have to pay attention to the economy, you have to pay attention to the cyclicality of things. For a lot of money, then yeah, you're buying 100 shares, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, but you need a lot of money to do that, number one. Number two, if you have 40 individual stocks in your portfolio, you're saying there's no such thing as too many. Yes, there is, because if you're buying 40 individual companies, you then have to manage those investments. You have to read the news, you have to read the analyst reviews, you have to pay attention to their earnings, you have to pay attention to the economy, you have to pay attention to the cyclicality of things, right? Like, this stock doesn't really do well in the summer. Am I okay with that? This stock exceeds in the summer. That's great, but it's going to be bad in the winter. I have to know all of these things. It can be very hard to manage 40 individual stocks, especially if you work a 9 to 5 and you have kids or parents you're taking care of, or you have kids and parents and a dog and a mortgage and you have all these things. Then it's easier to just go with VOO and get a couple index funds, a couple ETFs, set it and forget it. Love Yourself says, I'm way too heavy into tech. You might want to do one of two things. Either you keep your position in tech and you start focusing now on building other things, or you reallocate some funds. So what's next for Meta is I think it gets a little bit higher. I don't think they're going to announce a split just yet, although I wouldn't be surprised. We're in the season of splits. I think Meta likes being $539 a share. I don't think they want to be $53. I think what's going to happen with Meta is they're going to hit 1,000 and then they're going to do like a 5-for-1. So it'll go to like $250 per share. They want to be exclusive. They want to be expensive. And if they get closer to 1,000, I could be wrong. I'm a Meta shareholder. I like Meta. But what I've noticed right now is the majority of the companies that are doing splits, hey, thank you for the heart. The majority of the companies that are doing splits are happening when they are over 1,000.